Welcome, Pokemon players, to another episode of Discount Pokemon Decks. Today, I have a interesting deck, and this deck is much stronger than I thought it would be. So let me explain how this deck came to be. So we have Passimian here from the new Sun and Moon set. At the time of this recording, you can't get the full Sun and Moon set, but you can get some of the theme decks, which gives you some of the cards. So you see I have 4 locked Passimians because I bought 2 of one of the theme decks. And okay, normally what you try to do is you get some cards, there's a novelty to it, you try to build a deck around it, and you know, sometimes it'll fall flat on his face or not, but you try your best. You kind of look at what the card has and try to match those attributes or, you know, attack ability, whatever, to something else. So we have Passimian here. The first attack I don't think I've ever used, especially not in this deck, but the second attack's interesting. Team play. For 2 colorless energy, this attack does 30 damage for each of your bench Passimian. And I thought about it. I'm like, alright, so you could at most have 4 in your deck, so the most you could get out of this attack would be, you know, 30 times 3, because you have to have 1 active, so that's 90 plus 10, 100. Not counting anything else, Fighting Fury Belt or whatever. So you're kind of maxed out at, let's just say, base 100 damage. But what if you got another card that can use this same attack? You can't have another Passimian, but you can't have more than 4 in your deck. There's no way you can get 5, at least with the cards we have now. But I thought about this. What about Mew's ability to use attack of any of your basic Pokemon in play? So with that, we add another 30 damage to this. So we're at 130, which is really good. That's really good for basic Pokemon attack. I mean, if you think about something like Raichu with Skyfield, you know, you have to get 7 Pokemon on your bench to equal that. And that doesn't come all the time. You know, you may get it, you may not. It may come inconsistently, but this you can get pretty consistently, and that's how this deck came to be. So that's just kind of the evolution of a deck. Just this kind of idea of team play, and what can I do with this team play? How can I squeeze a little bit more damage out of it? And I thought of Mew, and I've been playing this deck, and I have to say I am really surprised at how strong this deck is. I've taken down some big decks with it, and I would play this deck, at least at this point in time. I don't see anybody else. I don't see this deck getting better than... I shouldn't say that. You know, obviously there's room for improvement, but this deck is really good. I'm feeling very confident about it. So, well, we'll see. Well, you know, I play a bunch of test games to make sure the deck is good, and then sometimes those test games may be skewed. I mean, you know, it's random what kind of opponent you face, and you could face even good decks could have weaknesses that you could exploit, where other good decks will rip you to shreds. And I did lose to a Greninja deck with this deck one time, but my opponent was basically down to his last 2 Greninjas, and then he was finally able to mount an attack. But I was knocking out his cards early on. He did kind of delinquent me, which hurt me a lot. But anyway, all right, so let's go through our normal check down here. We are going to do giveaway. We're going to do evolution packs for each secret phrase. If you're not familiar, please, if you are the first person to comment on YouTube with the secret phrase, you will win 1 pack of evolution. It will only go to the first person that says a secret phrase, so if someone else already said it, you cannot win it. If you've already won one for this video, you can't win another one, so please don't reveal any other secret phrases to other people if you've already won one. And if you did win, please friend me in the game, send me a trade offer for 1 pack of evolutions, and I will accept. Alright, so, you know, because we are about discounts, the cost of this deck, well, as I said before, Passimian you can get in the theme decks, but just as interesting, even if you can't, if you're watching this after Sun and Moon is released, this is an uncommon card. It shouldn't be that hard to come about. And Mew is a rare, but these are pretty pretty good to have anyway, and they're not that expensive. So that is the main cost of this deck, is these 2 cards. Everything else is pretty much, you know, what you'd want in a deck. Obviously, V-Seeker is expensive, but you're going to have this in every deck, and everything but the Passimian you will probably use in another deck. So this is a very cheap deck. You know, cost for cost, this is probably one of the better decks to have. If you are a beginner starting out, I think this is an excellent deck, especially if you're just starting out, if Sun and Moon just came out, or if you get the theme deck with Passimian in it. This should be a good deck to build, and it's a strong deck. And right now I'm vouching for it. We'll see in the games. You can see for yourself what the strength of this deck is. The focal point of this deck is obviously team play, combined with Mew's ability, Memories of Dawn. And of course, we do need a double colorless, and that will give us 130 damage. Every time Mew attacks with 4 Passimians on the bench, with a double colorless attached to the Mew, that's a lot of damage. There are some kind of, let's say, sub-focal points that'll help us reach that focal point, because, hey, cards get knocked out. So what happens when a card gets knocked out? Well, we can revive. We can use revive to get him back from our bench. If it's early stages of the game, with just 1 Mew and 1 Passimian out or whatever, we're just trying to set up in the beginning. Nest Ball, because these are both basic Pokemons, Mew and Passimian, will help us get our Pokemon out, and we have 4 of those, and we have 2 more repeat balls, because 4 Nest Balls is okay. You want a little bit more, and it's not really bad later in the game. I'll explain while I'm playing. You can get rid of these cards, but having them early on, I've found that you really want to get 4 Passimian and 1 Mew out. Actually, you want to get 2 Mew out if you can. And getting these cards will help with our focal point. We want to have these 4 to 6 Pokemon out all the time. That is our main focal point of the deck, and these cards have helped doing that. There's lots of cool synergies in this deck. Obviously, these Pokemon are going to get knocked out. This double colorless is going to get knocked out. So we have Puzzle of Time, 4 of them in our deck, and if you play 2 of them, if you get 2 in your hand and you play them, you can get 2 cards right out from your discard. Will help us put, so if we need a Passimian, we can put 1 back on our bench, a Mew, a double colorless, whatever we need. There's also, we have Bursting Balloon to give us a little extra attack. We don't expect our Pokemon to live long, especially if we're attacking with Mew all the time. 50 hit points, he's going to get knocked out a lot, but you know what? Let's add a Bursting Balloon, so our Mew will do 130 damage and a Bursting Balloon put on him. So if our opponent wants to knock him out, that is 190 damage. So that's going to knock out all the EXs, not Megas, not with Fighting Fury Belts, but that's going to do a lot of damage. Your opponent's going to have to really think whether or not he's going to attack this Mew. And if he doesn't, we keep our energy, which also helps us. There's only 4 energy in this deck, similar to a couple of our other decks, the Raichu Vespiquen deck, most notably. But this is, that's a synergy that's going to help us out. We do have another synergy, obviously, Teammates. We only have 1 in this deck. I find it kind of works that way. We can use V-Seeker to get it out, so if we Sycamore it or get rid of it early or play it at some point. Teammates will help us get whatever we need. If we need a revive, if we need double colorless energy. Obviously, double colorless energy is part of our focal point, so special charge also help us get that back in the deck. Let's see. We do have a random receiver, of course. Our supporters are set up pretty plain. Again, Lysander and Sycamore. Shauna. I've talked about Shauna in the past. It's a personal decision for me. If you like Birch, go with Birch. I prefer knowing I'm going to get 5 cards than wondering if I'm going to get 7 or 4, or being stopped, having my deck screech to a halt because I get 4. Statistically not sound, maybe not, but I'm okay with that. Trainers Mail, some synergy there. We don't have a lot of, there's some text to this deck, and I should talk about that. there's no real stadium that works well with these cards. So I threw in a Faded Town. If my opponent has a Mega Evolved Pokemon, for the most part, if he doesn't, this is here to knock out my opponent's stadium. You'll see often I won't even play it if I don't need to. I'll just keep shuffling it back and back in my deck. But if my opponent does have Mega Evolved Pokemon, again, we talked about this doing 130 plus 60, so that's 190. You know what? Start throwing 20 or 40 damage from a Faded Town in, and that's going to make him pause a little bit if he's got a Mega Evolved Pokemon to attack. We only have one in this deck because we can use Puzzle of Time to put it back in if we really need it. The other card I have is a Paint Roller. So again, I'm not too concerned about setting up my stadium. I'm more concerned about getting rid of my opponents, and this will not only do that, but allow me to draw a card. So a little techie card there. I do have 2 Enhanced Hammers. If I could come up with a great reason why, I would tell you, but you know what? I had 2 spots in my deck, and I figured this would kind of slow some decks down. Again, I'm going to give him room to pause with this Bursting Balloon, so if he's figuring, all right, he'll knock me out and get knocked out with the Bursting Balloon, and the next Pokemon's going to come and attack, well, you know, Enhanced Hammer is going to maybe stop the energy on that Pokemon. A little bit of a surprise because you don't expect some energy removal in a deck like this. Town Map is kind of critical in this deck. I only have one, and when I do run it, I only run one. Hopefully it does not get prize, because then obviously it's useless until you get it. But if you do want to get this if you can, because it helps you find if any Passimian or Mew are stuck in there, so you can get them out. And also, I've said this before, if you can squeeze this into any deck, this is a good card to have because it works in any deck. It gives you a little bit of advantage. You know, if you think about it, Ace Trainer gives you, excuse me, Teammates. Did I call this Ace Trainer before? Oh boy. Teammates, you know, I'm going to give a pack of evolutions away. That's the first secret phrase, Teammates. I think I called it. Well, anyway. Teammates gives you an advantage because you can search for your deck for 2 cards and put them in your hand, any 2 cards that you need. And so this kind of gives you the same thing, Town Map. You knock out a Pokemon, you could select which is your prize card. So if you need a double colorless, if you need a Passimian, a Revive, whatever it is, a Lysander, and it's in there, hey, great, pick it out. So definitely a good card to have in any deck. I don't think there's much else to say about this deck. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm excited to play, so I'm going to play the first game right after this short break. All right, here we go. Game number 1. Interesting name, Houndoom, but that does not look like a Houndoom deck. It does look a little bit like, could be a bunch of things, but if he's milling, that could be a Bunnelby, Octillery, Durant deck. And this deck falls flat on his face, I think, against mill decks. Let's see. I haven't played one yet, but that would be my first guess. You know what? I'm not going to go first in case he has a mill deck. I want to know what kind of deck my opponent has, if possible. It could be a bunch of things. It could just be any kind of green and white deck. You know, it could be a superior deck with an Octillery, but this blue has me a little worried. What else could it be? All right, this is a good draw. Mew always goes in the active spot. You can retreat it as well. And the other thing to think about with this deck, if you run across Garbodor, you have to Lysander it out because it will render Memories of Dawn out. All right, Greninja. Normally, I can't stand Greninja. Today, I'm looking forward to this. This should be a good matchup if I can get the cards I need out. I see I have a Sycamore here, so I have to pretty much play what's in my hand. Unless I get End here, which I do. Okay, great. We'll take that. Give us 1 extra card. New hand. You know, I've played this deck, let's say, around 10 to 15 times, and I haven't really been stuck for a draw yet. I think, you know, between random receive, I'm probably doing overkill with these, but that's okay. All right, Town Map is good. Another Passimian is good. My opponent expecting to get this Froakie knocked out. What's in here? Oh, 2 double colorless. So I only have 2 in my deck. So I may be struggling a little bit to get that. I want to see if I can get a Sycamore. I really want to increase my chance. I don't care what's there. Okay. I'm going to go with the Sycamore here. You know what? We might as well do that if I am. I really want to get a double colorless and knock this guy out. With Greninja, I really want to get the upper hand. All right, this is beautiful here. This is beautiful. And I can even puzzle a Sycamore back into my hand if I want, or even the N or whatever else. Don't want to give my opponent any cards, but I will knock out his Froakie. So you can see this deck starts to do damage pretty quickly. Oh, yes. And I'm going to take a double colorless out of there. So again, I talk about how strong this town map is, but you see I have two double colorless. What if I picked out Paint Roller or Nest Ball? So I'm feeling pretty good. I can knock him out if my opponent doesn't start getting more Pokemon on his bench. So normally I cringe at a Greninja matchup, but I'm not cringing right now. I'm not scared. That's fine. You bring out Frogadier. He may paralyze me. No, he's going for water duplicates right away. And this card will go back in his hand because of the energy, unless I get rid of the energy, which I will. Alright, so he's got 3 duplicates there, right? 1, 2, 3, but no, 2. Okay, so 1's in his prizes. We're going to get rid of this energy. I don't want to play N. I could play an N now, but it's kind of wasteful. And I can knock this guy out without it. So why hurry, right? There we go. And we're going to take a Nest Ball this time. Fine with leaving one of the double colorless there. Because I have 2 puzzle time in my hand. We have 3 here. And I really just want to get another Passimian out. So if Greninja comes out, I'm close to doing something with that. Alright, Froakie here. Alright, so you see he's played a Stadium. We're going to get rid of that. Alright, so my opponent and me. I'm kind of okay with that. I wish I'd put the double colorless in my deck at that, with that knowledge. But alright, okay, random receiver. We can draw. He's going to knock out our Mew here. Oh, and a Bursting Balloon. So we're going to play a Passimian and a random receiver and see what we get. If we get a Lysander, I could be stuck. So of course I talk about before how I don't get stuck for draw, and I could totally be stuck at perhaps the worst time in the game, because I can knock this guy out with the right hand. Okay. We're going to get rid of the Stadium because I'm not going to knock him out in one shot. I'm probably going to attack with this Pokemon. I just want to see what's in here. Only 1 revive, only 1 double colorless. Alright. I'm going to go for a Sycamore here. See if I get it. Yes, alright. So I'll take the 7 cards instead of giving my opponent a new hand. I did not get the energy I need. Well, wait, hold on. We still have a chance. I will take a revive here. There's no point in getting another Bursting Balloon. We will put Mew on our bench. We will hold on. I just want to make sure there are none here. All right, so we're gonna have our full assortment here. Second Mew, and then a Nest Ball. For Passimian. So we have our full gang of Pokemon out. We don't have the double colorless energy. Teammates is also stuck in here, so I can't just drag it out. I don't think I have anything to play here, unfortunately. So we'll end our turn and see what our opponent does. We are going to have a problem if Greninja starts getting breaks on these guys. So this is going to be a break, and he's going to start knocking out Mews. So we have a little problem here. Oh, another special energy. Interesting. Alright, so we got caught in a bad spot there. He's not going to knock this guy out, which means I'm not going to knock him out. Well, I can knock him out. So this should be interesting. He may not attack me, which may be his best strategy here. And I don't have any switch or rope or anything to bring this guy back. And this kind of happened to me in the last matchup. He got 2 Greninja breaks out, and I was a little bit stuck. Alright, he is going to do the Moonlight Slash, which I think is a little crazy there. Because now he's in reach of me knocking him out. Exact reach almost. Alright, so we'll put another Bursting Balloon on this guy. I'm considering playing the V-Seeker for a Sycamore. And I lose 1 Puzzle of Time. But I really need a double colorless here. And I mean that's kind of one of the downsides to having a deck where you just have 4 double colorless. Oh, I was scared for a second. Alright, so we've got our Passimian here. We're going to get rid of his energy for sure. There's no point in playing. We're going to play the repeat ball. And I mentioned this before. Now I'm going to get it out of my deck. Yep, I knew there'd be no cards. It's 3 more, and that's why I don't mind overloading it. It doesn't really hurt me at all. I could try to play Trainers Mail to see if I get another Puzzle of Time. But I'm okay with that. What do we have? We have a Greninja here, a Frogadier here. We're going to knock this guy out, if my calculations are correct. No, we're going to be just short. Alright, just short. That's unfortunate. So 100 damage. If I had a Fighting Fury Belt, it'd be 110. But, again, he's going to have to choose. So, yeah, most likely he'll knock out this Mew with the Shuriken. But then... No! Alright. That is... trouble. And I'm going to put another Passimian up. And the reasoning is he can knock out this Mew in 1 shot. Yeah. Wow, I'm so sad. Finally thought I had the frog, and the frog has just gotten to me. The last game I played, they did beat me, but it was so close. He got like 3 or 4 coin flips on a Froakie that paralyzed me. Other than that, he was just hanging on for dear life. So, all right, I need to get a Puzzle of Time in my hand. And sure. All right, so now I have a Puzzle of Time in my hand. I almost want to play Acro Bike because anything that goes in there, I'm okay with. We'll keep Shauna in our hand. We're going to put 2 cards in our hand. Let's think before we do that. 2 double colorless. How much damage is he going to do? 70, but I'm going to Lysander this Greninja. Let's just see. I'd love to get the Passimian out, but let's get these back in our deck. We can still play Shauna, but that means I won't be able to kill this Greninja. So I want to Lysander him first. So let's Lysander this guy. I know he's got 2 more on the bench, but maybe those, who knows how many breaks he has. I've been hurting for energy. I'm going to go with the double colorless. So you can kind of see the tech cards, the enhanced hammer, hurting my opponent, and you don't really see special energy in a in a Greninja deck? I don't think that much. You know what? I'm going to give away a pack of evolutions. Secret phrase number 2 will be Enhanced Hammer. Oh, what did he just play on me? Karen. Oh. Interesting. So a little bit non-standard. I don't think Karen's normally in Greninja either, but it's going to work for him because he's going to get the break card back. I mean, the game is close. He definitely has the momentum. I've been playing catch-up since that one round that I didn't have a draw. So he's going to knock out this Mew and probably this Passimian. Which is unfortunate. And I don't have any Bursting Balloon on this, so I'm going to be really not going to be able to kill off this Greninja break. I'll probably V-Seeker this Greninja if I can, although I don't think I can. Excuse me, Lysander. Yeah, I'm down to the last one. I think I'm kind of toast here because he can just Shuriken and attack. So good game to my opponent. Well played. Thought we had Greninja. It just was not in the cards today, literally. So close. Greninja is my white whale. And I know the secret, you know, obviously playing a Garbodor would help. Let's make it. I don't think we're doing anything here but arranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, but let's just do that for the sake of doing that. Let my opponent knock out this Passimian. If he's got an energy, maybe not. Who knows? But I don't see a win in my future. But yeah, this is, you know, Greninja decks are beatable. Not usually with the decks I make. I like mill decks, and I like decks that usually I'm more inclined to have abilities in my deck than not. Obviously, if you want to beat Greninja, you have to shut down this Shuriken. So good game to my opponent. And we will be back after a short break. And hopefully my opponent chooses their active Pokemon. Hopefully not another quick concede. Hopefully not a Shaman. Well, actually, hopefully it is a Shaman. And I believe the Mew will, with a full bench. Oh, look at this. This is like a hand almost from heaven. Just that card's out of place. Maybe this one too, but yeah, I'm totally down with this hand. And I totally forgot what colors my opponent had, so I don't know what I'm facing at all. Alright. Oh, my opponent gets... Oh, a mill deck. So I said this deck might be vulnerable to... Let's see what comes out here. Hopefully not Eradicate. To a deck that's energy denial and... ooh. So, you know, Greninja, first game. Yep, Durant. Energy denial, milling, second game. This is I said it before. I kind of predicted it. Like, all right, we will do that because I have to play the Sycamore. You never know what you're gonna face, and I was facing all kinds of decks with favorable matchups, and now the matchups are a little less favorable. There's nothing else to play here except put this on Mew and just attack. So 70 damage, not bad. 130. He's out of my range with 140. And I didn't put any Fighting Fury belts in this deck because I figured the Pokemon get knocked out quickly. So, especially the Mew. This is going to be a tough game. They're going to get knocked out because that's my goal, is to attack with him. So there's no point for 10 extra damage. I'd rather do 60 with a Bursting Balloon than 10 attacking. So hopefully my opponent having a little issues with draw. If that's true, and it looks like it is, I'm gonna go for a Sycamore if I can get one. Nope, I'm not gonna give my opponent a new hand. So I will play Shauna. Did not get the energy I need. I did lose a Puzzle of Time early, and I could lose more if they start milling as well. But we will throw another Passimian on our bench. I have a feeling I'm going to use this revive, not because my Pokemon get knocked out, but because my opponent is going to mill them away. So it'll be interesting to see how this deck handles it. So right now, you know, I see 3 Pokemon here. I know I'm doing 100 damage. Did I get rid of that Lysander? No, I didn't. Okay, I played Shauna. Alright, so my opponent having energy issues. I'm not playing an N to bail them out. I can wait. If they can wait, I can wait. Once they get an energy, you'll see me playing N as fast as possible to get a double colorless on this Mew. Alright. I'm not going to expend any cards that I don't need to. I'm already down to 34. Oh, no. Alright. Oof, this is going to be tough. Alright, we do have a Lysander, so I can start targeting these. Kind of need some energy. And again, I'm fine with my hand growing as big as possible. My opponent with either, I don't know, is this all energy denial there? Is that why she has nothing to draw? Does she not want to play an N and give me put a double colorless in my hand? If I do get one, I'm going to knock out these guys instead. Alright, town map. Let's see what's here. Only one. Alright, that's not bad. And if I can get one, then I can get another one into my hand. So if I get a double colorless energy I put on this Mew, I can Lysander one of these guys and get another double colorless energy out. Alright, interesting. Good choice for that when you don't have any energy. Alright. Rainbow energy. So if I can get my I do not want to see double colorless go in there. Now I think I'm going to play an N because now they have an energy, and that's fine. It's fewer cards, but I need a double color. I need to start doing damage. Alright, let's get rid of my opponent's energy. I'm going to have to use these Acro Bikes because I need to get energy in my hand. No point in using the Bursting Balloon. I don't even know if I want to use this other Acro Bike, but apparently I will. We're going to keep the Revive because I'm going to need to put more cards in my hand. I'm not playing the Sycamore. I will get rid of their energy, and I'm going to have to wait. I can't imagine Trainers Mail giving me anything, and I don't want to waste cards needlessly. Again, I'm down to 25 here. I did see a Lysander in here, which is good because that means I have a V-Seeker. Again, all I need is one energy here, and I can start. I'm going to Lysander the Eradicate and get rid of that. But I'm going to try to not play anything I don't have to. Oh, Bunnel B2. Wow, so my opponent with the whole tool deck of mill cards. And I want to get this double colorless out. Oh, no, there goes an energy. Alright, I believe I have 2 in here. Is that correct? So, I don't know why my opponent's sad. I think that was played before the special charge. Let's see, maybe we can get an N here. Sean, I'll take that. Still need to get some energy. Should have a better chance. There's 2 back in my deck. There we go. Alright. This is a little bit better. Let's start inflicting some damage here. So 130, one more, and Houndoom is gone. And I have the other one in my hand. So if I don't get end, even if they get rid of this energy, Houndoom's going down. I could pull 2 cards from here. Probably the energy and the Trainer's Mail, because the balls, the nest balls do nothing there. Alright, so there's why my opponent, interesting. Oh, that hurts me. Oh, there goes the end too. Let's hope we get another energy in our hand. We will get 6 cards. There we go. Okay. Feeling okay about that. And we have the Lysander, so yeah, I saw that coming. That's okay. Alright, so also counting 2 Crushing Hammer, 1 Enhanced Hammer, 1 Team Flare Grunt. I've got to use my Puzzle of Time smart. Even using a special charge for that. Okay. I'm going to Lysander. I'm going to do the Eradicate. $30 damage for each of your bench. Yes, that's what I want to do. Sorry, had to reread that. Alright. 1 down. Another energy in our hand. I think there's 2 in here. Is that true? There's 1 in there. Alright, so if this energy goes, I would love to get a Puzzle of Time for a special charge. And then use a special charge. And I'll grab the other Puzzle of Time too. Put the 2 energy back in our deck. Oh no. Oh, and there goes another Puzzle of Time. So there goes that strategy. Alright, Mew's gotta go. Oh, excuse me, Mew's gotta go. Let's see. Can we get a Puzzle of Time in our hand? Yes, alright. So we are going to use our Puzzle of Times. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one special charge and 1 double colorless. This way it'll give me 3 total, right, after this one gets knocked out. So if we can knock out this guy, I'll feel a little bit better. But the max potions, man, that is killing me here. Down to 9 cards. I knew that. Okay, but I got one in my hand. Please don't play N. No. I'm close to defeat here. We're going to play this energy. Just want to make sure I have 2 in here. I do. I'm going to do special charge. Put him back in my deck. Knock out this guy. My opponent only has 1 card, which is good. Trainer's Mail and Faded Town. Don't need any of the nested balls because I have all my Pokemon here. Trainer's Mail could help me get something if I need it. Faded Town just to chuck a stadium if they have it. Oh, Sycamore. That's not what I wanted to see. My opponent gets an energy. Hopefully not. Hopefully won't be able to get rid of this. Double colorless. Houndoom's going back in. Oh, and the rats. Oy. The good thing is I should be one-shotting everything as long as I have the energy. That's the worst part. I don't want to see another one of those in there, but my opponent can't get rid of this energy, so I'll be one-shotting this Bunnelby. She has to do another attack. She cannot get rid of, play any cards or do anything else. Once you start this barrage, so we'll give a secret phrase away, barrage here. I'm not going to play anything. I'm just going to attack. My opponent's down to... So if she's got a... I should have played the N. Oh, what a mistake. I should have played the N. Wow, if she's... I'm going to lose if she's got a Rainbow Energy. I can't believe I just did that because this can... Oh, no, she'd have to get two energy on this. So, all right, there goes the N. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Because that puts me back up to 10. So, Houndoom back again. With an energy, will be milling. All I can do is team play. Hope this energy doesn't go. And I may have to play the Sycamore. And depending if I lose an energy. So I've got 1 in my discard, 1 on this Mew. That means 2 are in this deck. Oh! Good move. Oh, that is slick. Gotta give it to my opponent for that one. Although I'll still be doing 100 damage, so without the Fighting Fury belt, good. No double colorless. I've got to go for it. This will give me a few extra turns, but what's the chance I can draw that one? Nope. Doesn't hurt my opponent at all. Actually gives him a nice fresh new hand. Oy. So I have a slim chance of drawing it. Let's think about this. There's 2 in my deck. My opponent, she's discarding 2 per turn. That hurts. And I'm only drawing 1 per turn. Oy. I may be done if another double colorless goes in there. So I've got only a slim chance to draw it. That Lysandre did. So I've just been the victim of an incapacitated active Pokemon. There's a double colorless. This is yeah, I'm pretty much done here. Well played by my opponent. She just played the heck out of this game. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Wow. I got totally I wouldn't say outplayed because I don't think there's anything else. Maybe not playing those Acro Bikes, but she just played this so well. Very good. All right, so who said Mildex can't win? Oh, man. What a good game. It was a good game anyway. I'm a little disappointed. I'm done here. All right, so we'll be right back after a short break. And my opponent takes a victory lap here. Oh, so sad. Alright, welcome back to game number 3. I'm hoping my recent foot and mouth does not turn you off to this deck. This is a good deck. I said it would perform well against Greninja, and it did. We were really close. I think we were just that 1 turn away, that 1 card away from turning the tables, making competitive. I thought game 2 against the Mill deck, again, it was just that 1 instance where my opponent was able to pull down another Houndoom and take the game from us. So this deck is certainly competitive. You can see that. I think it's more competitive than you've seen here in these 2 games. I'm looking forward to a good game. And don't forget, we did get the person that did a quick concede there. We had a quick conceding game in between the first 2. So, all right, we get 2 extra cards here. Hopefully they will not be end away. That is interesting. Trubbish. So I'm guessing Mega Mew here. Maybe we will actually face Mega Mew, which should be an interesting matchup. There goes all our extra cards. Not thrilled with this hand because I have no draw, but let's see what we can do with it. I don't want to waste my puzzle of time if I don't have to. as you could see against that mill deck. Alright, so he's got some energy removal here. That's a little bit scary. Maybe it's not Mega Mew. What do we have here? We have really nothing to go on. I should have really looked at, oh, Mega Scizor. Well, this is interesting. I haven't seen Mega Scizor lately. It was very hot when it first came out. And it's kind of, ooh, definitely energy removal. So I'm a little bit scared here. I do not want to see these go away. It's cooled off a bit. It's a nice deck. It's a nice EX deck. It definitely has a weakness against fire, and I think that's probably a good chunk of the reason why it's gone by the wayside. It's very quick, very easy to set up. There's some cool, interesting things you can do with. You can use switches with the non-mega version of Scizor to get extra damage, or you get once you get 2 energy on it, you can discard a stadium. I think discard a special energy too. I haven't played it in a while. I did like it for a time, but you know, like everything else, I like to try new stuff. And then when everyone else is playing it, it makes it a little less fun. But alright, so one interesting thing here, I have to kill this guy. Trubbish needs to go, and I really hope he doesn't pull out a switch. Oh boy, I could be in a little bit of trouble here. I can be in a little bit of trouble here if he can hide this Trubbish away before I can knock it out. Because then it makes my Mews... that is interesting. That is very interesting. Alright, so let's get our creatures out. This is our Pokemon out. Alright, so one of them is prized, which means we can only do 100 with this guy. If I get a Lysander here, I may actually take it. Nope. I'm going to go with the N for obvious reasons. I may lose the ability to attack with this Mew sooner or later if I don't get this guy and knock him out. So I'm a little bit in trouble here, but I think I have enough to one-shot this Hoopa, which I'm going to enjoy. So that is good for me. And then we'll have to figure out how to deal with all the rest. So a good thing about a Mew is there are like there are decks. Oh, that was very fortunate with Psychic or weakness to Psychic. He's not. He's actually the opposite Scizor. But and it helps get rid of guys like Garbodor if I get the chance to. If not, I can still get rid of him if I get the Lysander in my hand. And he's probably gonna use that for Mega Scizor, I'm guessing. Yep. So we still have a chance to get after this guy. He may play an N. I may lose this Passimian and the double colorless and the teammates. I mean, this is nice right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the bursting balloon. Ooh. We're going to choose Mew because Mew may be... Alright, so hoping he knocks this guy out. He may not. He's looking for draw power here, I'm guessing. Nope. Got nothing with that. Interesting. Mega Turbo. Okay, so Scizor's powered up. He's going to go after my Mew. He's going to play Sycamore here. He's looking for... he's looking for Garbodor for sure. He's got a second Trubbish out, so definitely does not want to let my Mews attack. Interesting. I wonder how much experience he has, whether that's just play every card you get or that's a real strategy here. That is good. So my next Passimian with him on the bench will do 100 damage. I would like to get this Trubbish and throttle him. Oh, alright, so we're going after the Trubbish. Unfortunately, that is what I need to do. So we'll get a card for that. You know, again, we're going to be trading 2 for 1 if we can get one of these EXs. And I'm okay with that. I have the ability to take these guys back out. You know, part of my deck construction is for the Passimians to die. That nest ball does me no good, so I will waste it on my next turn if it's still in my hand. He will knock out the Passimian. A special energy or stadium, doesn't matter. He's one-shotting all my Pokemon anyway. I think I'll play teammates here if he does. Although which 2 cards to put in my hand exactly, I'm not sure. I definitely need to get this Passimian out, so I need a revive. Oh, well, there you go. So I think I'm going to end his stadium and get a double colorless. Wait, I have 2 here, right? Yep, so let's use our special charge. 1, 2. Let's use teammates, so we'll get 1 back, and I think what I want... is Bursting Balloon and an energy. Because I have a Sycamore in my hand. So let him waste resources getting around the Bursting Balloon. And you know what? He wants to knock out my Passimian. He's going to get knocked out. If he's going to go after a different one, then I'll still have the energy on this guy. Yep, that's what he's going to do. I still have Sycamore here. Oh, that hurts a little bit. But I still have Sycamore to draw 7 cards. I'm still 1 attack away from knocking this guy out. And then I'll be 1 Lysander away from winning. So I'm feeling pretty good here. I think you're getting a better idea of the strength. I mean, these are close games, but hey, this is, you know, these are tier 1, tier 2 decks that I'm facing. I don't know if Sizer is still considered tier 1. It's certainly dropped out of popularity. Alright, let's get this guy back on our bench. Let's see what this gives us. Let me see. He has no special energy, so definitely go with the Trainer's Mail. I'm going to still play it because I don't have to put anything in my hand. Alright, that's good. Bursting Balloon. I want that. And I want to play the Sycamore. Get rid of this Nest Ball. I don't need it. I mean, all I need is a double colorless here to knock him out, I believe. Ooh, and I do not get it. But I got 2 Puzzle of Times. Only 1 energy there. I'm going to try Acro Bike. Alright, so we got our double colorless here. I want to put another Mew and a Passimian on my bench. I think I need that more. Well, and an energy. Let's play Trainer's Mail. Let's see if we can get a revive. Yes. Although that Lysander will give me the win. Ooh. But I can use Puzzle of Time to do a Lysander. So we're gonna try this. I want to revive. You know what? Oh, I still don't have. Oh, I can get rid of the stadium this way. Oh, that's nice. Oh boy, now I wish I took the Lysander. But no, I already played a. Let's think for a second. I already played a supporter this turn, so Lysander will do me no good. I could risk losing the Puzzle of Time. He might have another stadium that he'll just knock out my Faded Town, but I'm so tempted to wait a turn. Let's get rid of the repeat ball. Let's make it look like we have fewer cards in our hand. Alright, he's going to knock this guy out. And I would like to hold on to my Puzzle of Times and Stadium. So let's see how this works out. Oh, so I gained 2 cards from that. There's the town map. There's the paint roller. Okay. So I'm hoping to keep this hand because this hand will pretty much seal victory because I can Lysander this Trubbish. Shaman won't help unless I get a Mew. Garbodor, I still just need 3 on my bench, so... Crushing Hammer, not thrilled, but you know what? What is he going to do? Is he going to attack me? If he doesn't attack me, I think he's lost. I'm hoping he evolves this Mega Sizer, and I'm hoping to keep my hand first off, because with 2 Puzzle of Time, I could pull anything back in my deck. Alright, so he's going to try to avoid this, so I'm not getting in, so I'm keeping my hand. I feel like I've got the game won because I'm going to Lysander this Garbodor and win. So I think you can see how this deck works. Ooh, look at that. Alright, so this is definitely game over. let us play 2 Puzzle of Time. Not really sure what else to take. Oh, Lysander and a double colorless. And we should be able to kill this off if my calculations are correct. So good game to my opponent. And there we go. Am I right? There we go. So I think you got a good idea of what this deck can do. I think the reason why I like this deck is there's so much synergy between the cards. You think it's kind of hard to leave 4 Passimian out and a Mew, and it's really not. The revives, getting the cards out with the Nest Ball and the Repeat Balls are easy. Trainers Mail certainly helps. Reviving them, getting on your bench, using Puzzle of Time. There's so many different ways to get the combo you need, and that's, you know, really 1 Mew and 4 Passimian. And you could see even in that game without the Mew, it's still pretty strong, doing 100 damage per turn. Bursting Bubble helps out with 60 damage, making your opponent, alright, so now my opponent has to play a Lysander instead of an N, so now he's hurting himself, you know, wasting his supporters. I think this deck just plays so well together. You know, obviously getting a town map in your prize, you can see how Parallel City hurt me, and I didn't have Paint Roller, but even with all that, with Garbodor active, with Parallel City shortening my bench, with Mega Sizor, I was able to win. And even if he knocked out that last guy, it would not have mattered. I would have been able to pull everything back together again. So this deck has its strengths. It goes through itself pretty quickly. It draws nicely. You know what? I forgot to give a prize card away in that game. Oh, I'm so you know what? We'll make the last pack. It's gonna be Foot and Mouth, because I had a little foot and mouth during this video, saying how good this deck would perform against Greninja. Of course, I lose. Saying how I hope I don't face a mill deck. I did, and then I almost won, but I lost. So foot and mouth would be the last secret phrase. So we have, I think, 3 or maybe 4 for this one. And I really hope you try this deck out. I don't know why. I really like it. There's a nice feeling to it. There's a nice flow to it. There's lots of options to do it. Maybe that's the reason why. You know, you have to think about when to play your Puzzle of Time to pull everything back in, when to Lysander, which card. You know, definitely you want to kill off the Trubbish and Garbodor any chance you get, but that makes you liable. But it's okay, because if one guy gets knocked out, this revive, it's like this Lazarus. this deck is like Lazarus. He just, you know, rises from the dead, and it's pretty cool. So I think I just came up with a good name for this deck, and I'll put in the title. All right, so thanks a lot, and until next time, take care. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you'll know when our next video is released. Also, check out our playlists where you can find videos by topics like mill decks or cheap EX decks.